walked them to what I was experiencing, what this guy went through. It's like I just saw like this white guy come at me, and all I could think about is one less Mexican. You know, like, so they laughed, and we get back into it, bro. And then somebody said, "No mames," from the back, bro. And I was like, "Did you just say no mames?" And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, I'm like, "We're in New Mexico, but do you guys actually speak Spanish?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, we're like, oh my god. So I had to do the complete first part of my set in English because I wasn't certain if the fluent was Spanish or it was a completely different type of Spanish. And then they're like, "No, we get like Spanish, we love it. Like, yeah, we're in New Mexico, you idiot." And I was like, "Duh, right?" And then I just unzipped this bag of Tex-Mex comedy, you know, and I'm just dropping it on their heads, like laughing their ass off. It was such an amazing experience, bro. And I get off stage and I'm like, kind of like, because it was fun. It was, when I see performing, I see kind of like a little match, like a game, you know, and then like if they laugh, I win, you know. And so I got off stage, I was like, yes, you know, and that was the first time I featured.
And for those of you who don't know, feature is it's generally host, opener, feature, headliner. Just to explain that, and sometimes the host and the opener will be the same person, but feature is right before the main event. So that's a big deal as a comic because you're also responsible
a lot more time.
Show.
Like you have more time, like in your responsibility. Like, hey, you got 25 minutes. Don't fuck it up. Like these are precious time. Like here you go. We entrust you 25 minutes of the show to you. Kill it. And, you know, I'm like, oh my god, right? And then I walk off, and then like the headliner told me, is like, no matter what you do, don't stop doing comedy, right? And like I was like, and he was drunk, I was drunk, we're celebrating it, and it just kind of rung to me.
But that's a reason to celebrate.
Yeah,
that is a genuine, like some people celebrate and it's like, hey man, it's Saturday. That's just the day of the week. Killing and crushing. And overcoming something. That's where the thrill comes in. Like you said, the chess match. Being able to overcome that, because our occupation is one that everyone thinks they can do. But you're actually doing it. You actually went up there and you had to navigate that. I'm sure it was scary at the time, but so was the first time you have sex. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, it was dark outside.
Yeah, there we So I want to take a moment to actually brag on you, because you being bilingual is something really cool. We know I can't speak Spanish, but I think it's really good because you and I did a show where you headlined in an octagon. So I'm a huge mixed martial arts fan. That is my favorite things in the world when it comes to outside of friends and family are stand-up comedy, mixed martial arts, wine. So it is up there. I love wine. We're not going to talk about that. Otherwise this whole show will be about wine. But mixed martial arts is something I'm so passionate about. And even years ago when I first started doing comedy, I felt like it was such a good representation of a way to live. Mixed martial arts means being well-rounded. As a human, that's what you want. As a comic, that's what I wanted. I wanted to be able to say, I'm good in this area, but I'm also good in this area. Then I'm also good on the floor. I'm also good standing up. I can be dirty, I can be filthy, I can be prim, I can be proper. I wanted to do all those things like a mixed martial artist. Well, I also like competition. So I ended up going to a mixed martial art event that you took me to. Fuck! This whole thing came, I didn't even remember that. Oh shit! I was just going to talk about how much he slayed. I got to take a detour. So you know I like mixed, fuck yeah. So you took me to a mixed martial arts event that was here in the Rio Grande Valley. It was a local, a regional circuit. And you're like, hey, JJG, you like mixed martial arts? I'm like, I do, because I can get you some tickets from the company you work for. They got us.
Yeah, they sponsored the little spot in the ring, so I was like, and we're like ringside. I was like, I got an extra ticket. My chick couldn't make it because she was working. I was like, let's go, JJG.
Oh, dude, and yeah, and I was just, and I'm sitting there. I'm so involved. I don't have to know who the fighters are. They are doing something that takes so much. Anytime someone puts it out on the line, and especially in front of people. I don't care what you do. You got my respect. But this is one thing that people spend their whole lives avoiding, which is getting hit. Now they're doing it, and one of them's going to lose, and they know that. So we're watching this. I'm having a blast. I end up meeting this UFC fighter named Jim Miller. Jim Miller's a UFC fighter. We end up doing an interview. Rudy, you were nice enough to hold the camera. I was like, Rudy.
Cameraman.
Yeah, I need you to be the cameraman. This guy is Jim Miller. So I interview Jim Miller. We have a fun time. We have a chat. I accidentally deleted it, so I never posted it because I'm stupid. But
I didn't know you deleted it.
I didn't mean to. I was clearing out my phone one day. I had an inferior phone at the time. So there's only a clip that exists out in the world right now. A small clip. It's on my Instagram. But then I end up meeting this other fighter. His name is Efrain Escudero. He's behind us. And I'm like, that's season 8, The Ultimate Fighter winner, Efrain Escudero. So I go meet him. We talk. We have a good time. He invites me out. And I couldn't go out that night. I had something to do early in the morning. But we exchanged information. And then I decided to see if I can, he was training here at a gym in the Valley. I decide, I think I could do a show in the Octagon. But who do I call? Who do I call? Because it was a very Hispanic show. It was a very, the demographic, and this gym was very Hispanic driven. Now I realized I'd like to be able to say I can perform for any crowd. Sure, I can. But that doesn't mean I'm the best for every job. I have loads of experience. I have done this or that. But I'm not so egotistical to think that I'm right for every show. And that's when we've been friends for a while, and I'm like, as much as I'd like to be like, hey, Rudy, I'm amazing, I was like, no, for this, you're the man for the job. And he was. I couldn't have done a better job at this. So we show up, we do our thing, Rudy goes out there, and I saw you flip a switch, and this was so great. When people get into the zone, that's what you did. Because I was expecting you to go out there and be funny. Rudy was going to do Rudy things. Joke, 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 everyone laugh, give a little bit of Tex-Mex, talk to the people and identify, which is what I expected Rudy to do. Just like that. Just like that. I'm Rudy Barba. I do stand-up like this the whole time. So I was expecting that. But then you found a switch where he didn't get Tex-Mex. He got Mex-Mex. A lot of the crowd there were not, they spoke English, but they weren't as fluent. That doesn't mean they're less educated. That just means they speak a different language. And you took a turn that was objectively impressive. It's what a comedian should strive to be able to do, to get into this autopilot that you went into. It's almost like you were possessed. Like you just went there and you're just like, boom, I'm Rudy. Then your eyes just glazed over and they just turned white. And you went into the truest form of comic, which wasn't even about a language, although the language barrier did help. You became an expressor. You made it an immersion. And this dude got Mex-Mex on the Tex-Mex and went another level. And you had them going, dude. You had them going. And he's headlining in an octagon. There's a microphone and speakers in an octagon.
I didn't have my shoes on. I was...
Yeah, because we got respect.
I had Batman socks that night, dude. I didn't even get to talk to him when I was on stage because I was like, out of all the nights to like wear my Batman socks out in public, like I had to, we use them on the octagon. That shit was so much fun.
Dude, I was so impressed by what you did there, and the crowd loved it, and they took care of us like family. Like they fed us, they gave us drinks.
Dude. Now there was a little girl that cooked the little
muffins. The little muffins.
Oh my god, dude, those things were amazing. There's like this little muffin tray and like yeah, grab some. Amazing. It looked like they had it like they paid for them to be made. Mm-hmm. And then I was like,
Food Network
did you guys buy this or did you like where'd you get these? Because they're so good. And like, oh, my daughter made them. I'm like, is she here? Like, yeah. And then this little like 12-year-old just comes in like, yeah, I made them. And I was like, what the fuck? And like perfect like sprinkles and like whipped top. Like, oh my god, it's so good. I don't know how she made them, but they were good. I was like, I told the parents, I was like, look, I'm just a comedian and I'm here to perform for you guys, but there's obviously some talent and care that goes into her product. Please feed and nourish this creative side. Like, I was like, this is amazing. And the parents were like, oh yeah, like we got her bakery stuff. And I was like, hell yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. Like at a young age, I wish I would have picked up comedy sooner. If I wasn't scared to get on stage. Because like once I got drunk, I was like, fuck it, let me go on stage. And I went up there and it was horrible. And it was scary. But I made them laugh one time. And when you get a group of people to laugh in unison, if you never felt that before, it's like triggers something in your brain. Like, oh my god, that feels amazing. And I was like, I want more. And then like I just kept hitting the open mic. Anyways, I'm rambling at this point, but
dude, you don't want to. That's what we're doing.
Yeah,
talking. You're like, sorry, I'm talking in this show where we talk. No, dude, it's all good. See, that's one reason I fucks with you, man. Like, honestly, he's a good dude. He's a good dude. You were telling the parents, like, your daughter's amazing. Nurture this. And they're like, thanks, comedian. And that's the thing. There's a million talented people who do what we do, dude. But who wants to work with an asshole? I don't. I don't want to work with an asshole. Thanks for keeping on working with me, though. Because he made me so mad. He walks so slow, y'all. Like, that's what he walks so slow. And I'm not going to lie.
He's a cruiser, man.
He's a cruiser. That's one thing I cannot stand. I realize I'm trying to slow life down. Mm-hmm. So me and Rudy were doing a show in Port Aransas. It was me, you, and Joey McCormick. Doesn't really. Me and Rudy were doing a show. And Rudy, this was a couple years ago, so he was new.
No, I think it was just just us.
It was just us?
Yeah, because you were like, I was going to take Aaron Cheatham, but you didn't make it. Or you were going to give Cheatham your own night or something.
Yeah, he was going to have his own night. I didn't want to use two powerhouses in one night when I could spread it out. Well, either way. So Rudy's in there, and he's much newer. I mean, time makes a difference. A year really makes a difference. And Rudy was still in that phase where you talked about comedy really adorably. You know, you were still very much like a young, innocent comic who would, if a veteran asked you a question, you'd be like, this is what I think comedy is. And I'd be like, that's adorable. You were still in that phase. I bring this up because Rudy walks at the speed of ultra slow. Like the old saying goes, cold molasses running down a tree sap. Just slow. Like, you ain't got nowhere to breathe.
I feel good at the details on, like, if I'm at a place with, like, cool shit on the wall, like a museum, I'm there for hours, bro. I'm just, like, looking at the very little detail, thinking about how they made it, you know, like, what kind of brush stroke, or if it's a statue, what they use to chisel it.
Look, you know? I need to adopt what you do. I'm not saying you're doing it wrong. I'm just saying, like, so I bring that up because I get mad really easy sometimes. I try not to. But Rudy was walking in front of me in Port Aransas at this bar. We're about to perform. And I didn't realize there's a lot of space, but there was people here, and me and Rudy were walking here. And you were in front of me just schlepping.
I waddle sometimes. Well, I used to when I was bigger. I just kind of, and I look like Barney walking, just.
And I had somewhere I wanted to be. Wherever it was wasn't important. But you were in my way. So I was like, move! And you were like, so he moved out of the way. For whatever reason, your pace bothered me so much for so long. Like, there's so many bad things in the world that don't bother me, but your pace did. So we were in the bathroom, and Rudy's inside the stall. And I'm in there, and I just decide to ask, like...
Wait, you're in the stall?
No, you're in the stall.
I'm in the stall.
I'm in the bathroom.
There you go.
I'm in the overall bathroom. Rudy's in the stall. There's a guy, or there's just me and Rudy. I'm at the urinal. He's inside the stall.
Yeah, it's just that little panel separating us. Me peeing, him peeing, panel.
And I was just mad. I was mad that Rudy walks so slow. I was mad at your existence at this point. My dear friend, who I loved then, I was just mad at you. So I decided to ask this new, up-and-coming, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, innocent, pure as the driven snow comic. Hey, Rudy, you know, what is your take on being a comic in today's America? Or how do you feel about comedy in today's state of whatever? I asked him a question about stand-up. Rudy, being young and innocent, starts almost as if you were trying to pass the test. Almost as if you were having to give a verbal essay. You're like, let me answer this question. And he's like, well, Jacob James Garcia, I think this about comedy. Comedy really represents a person and who they are. And I just left the bathroom. I left the bathroom, and I knew he'd keep on talking. I knew you were going to keep on talking. And my biggest, wildest dream was, oh, this guy's going to keep talking. Someone else was with us because I told them. I was like, this fucking asshole's probably inside the bathroom still fucking explaining himself.
Your buddy was there from the
Scotto.
Yeah.
It was stupid Scotto Magato. All right. So I'm like, yeah, dude. And like minutes later, Rudy comes out of the bathroom and goes, hey, man, what the fuck? And I was just like, what? He goes,
some guy was in there, dude. You took off, and I was like, because I could hear somebody on the other side, so I just kept talking. And then I got out of the stall after I was done, and I was like, he walked out, didn't he? He was like, yep. And I was like, fucking asshole. It's like, I can't believe. And it was fucking hilarious. Like, I wasn't even mad because it was beautifully pulled off. You know what I mean? Just ask a question and walk the fuck out of the room and leave that idiot talking to himself.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
And some dude was in the pisser. Some like redneck's like, he's not here anymore, bro.
Yeah, he walked out.
What the fuck? I mean, but we had a great time.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome.
And to me, and tell me your point of view on this, like that, and then maybe I'm just, you know, where I'm at in life right now, that's more valuable than any paycheck to me. Yes, I want to get paid. I don't do this shit for free, you know, but those experiences, you're making a moment. Me and you get to laugh about that, and that was great. Shared experience.
I had never been to Port Aransas, so that was the first for me. And that was the first time they asked me to sign a wall. I don't think I deserved it.
No, you did good. You did good.
Yeah, I just remember out of that entire set, it was fun. There were some bikers there. I remember there was like a big table, and I kept pointing at them and making them laugh. But I remember I opened up with there was a table of Hispanics. And so I started off with a joke with a couple of Spanish words, and then this lady in a Texans jersey, older white lady, just stands up, like feels out of her will as a human being that she should have to stand up out of her chair and yell at me, "Hey, we don't understand what you're saying," from the back part of the bar. So I just start laughing. The Mexican dudes are laughing at the joke, right? So like, I'm sorry, and then I translated. I think that's where I translated the jalapeno, tomato, onion. Nobody beats the jewel.
Yeah.
I think that's where I added that tag. It was super early.
Well, what I love about that is no one, because see, here's the thing. You're the shittiest with your friends. Well, we know that, especially in South Texas. If I'm not a shithead to you, that means I don't like you. You know, kind of thing. But
how we grew up?
Yeah. And it's funny because when she's like, "Hey, we don't understand what you're saying," that gave me fuel. That gave me ammunition to be like, "Speak English, Rudy! Speak English, you motherfucker! No one understands your fucking Mexican ass." Like, forever I was able to tease it. I forgot about that. Thank you for that. But I don't tease you about that anymore. You become too good of a comic for me to be like, no one understands you, buddy. But that's right. It's weird how people feel that I paid to be here. It was a free show. We got paid to be there.
Bro. Why you gotta yell at me? Like,
yeah, we don't understand what you're saying.
Either way, I'm glad I went through that because it opened up my eyes even more. Okay, wait, not everybody speaks English, you know? I mean, sorry, not everybody speaks Spanish. So it kind of opened up my eyes to being adaptive, to actually reading the room and not just sticking to your material. Yes, you write your jokes. That is just kind of like a little set list. But
and that was also predominantly a white crowd.
Yeah, the only Mexicans in there was the table that was in front of me. So you gotta be able to switch things around and be able to kind of like, all right, I can move this over here and then put this over here, and I can still link them up, and you know, it's kind of like your jokes are your tools, and you gotta like, I don't know, we kind of build like a house, I don't know, right? And every punchline's a nail, right? And then like sometimes a regular hammer won't cut it, you know. So you need like this kind of joke with this kind of tag, you know, and like, all right. And then it was like, you know what? Let me kind of wing it right here. Just kind of interaction with the crowd. Get them like, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Where you from? Badass. All right, cool, man. And just have that like interaction, kind of pull them into the show without them even knowing. I don't need them to answer the question I asked, but I want it to appear like, hey, oh yeah, cool, man. Yeah, cool. I already have the answer. Whether they say yes or no, I'm giving away trade secrets here.
No. I think it's good to educate people on. People are more understanding if they know what you're coming from.
Yeah.
Like you had been exposed to us. Everyone starts somewhere and they have their home stage. You would experience a certain thing for a certain amount of time, and now you got taken out of that. Just like Deming, and you got Port Aransas, and these are all experiences that you add, and before you know it, you don't have to build just one kind of house. You can build a neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? You can build duplexes, condos, efficiencies, you know? I mean, watching you navigate through that was really, really fun. And she didn't understand what you were saying.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to stick the landing.
I have not stuck the landing so many times that you just can't.
Yeah, it helped me kind of like, you know what, you bombed, so what? Like, you
didn't
we're not on that one, but it helped me, like, I don't care that if I have bad sets anymore. Yes, I care. You know, I try not to have them, but I don't let it affect me like it used to. Like, oh my god, I bombed, bro. And you just feel like shit, and the energy is drained out of your body, you know, because you had a bad set. Now I'm like, fuck it. Now I learned what not to do. I take the light bulb approach to it. You heard the person that created the light bulb? He went through like hundreds of versions of the light bulb, and then until he finally created one that worked. And it's like, what about all the times you didn't make it work? It's like, I just learned how not to make a light bulb.
Yeah.
It's like, I didn't fail at making a light bulb. I learned how not to make a light bulb.
Well, that's one thing I enjoy about you is you're always trying to grow. You're always trying to learn, you know, and that's going to make you... I used to think being universally funny was a thing until I saw more, I want to be funny anywhere. And that meant Texas. And then it meant America. And then it meant here and there and here. And you're learning how not to make a light bulb, but all the while you're finding different sources of electricity. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy, man, to go somewhere else outside your comfort zone and then perform and then be like, we see you're trying. We respect it. It wasn't necessarily the funniest thing I've seen before. And you're just like, just 3 nights ago in this other city, I was a god. Boom. I was a god. But then you get that rush that you've never had before when you fix it and the light does come on.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I'm funny here now. I'm funny here now.
Yes, I've had that redemption.
It feels good.
Yeah. Oh, coming back and just fucking making them laugh and almost pee their pants. You know, what's going on, Corpus Christi? Am I too Mexican for you? I get very real and they start like, you know, because just talking to the audience, because it really is a show, man. You're supposed to entertain. If you just stick to your material and don't provide any show to it, you know, if you're just... Don't get me wrong, there's some comics out there who just stay there and just in front of their mic, but I like my style of performing is I want to show you, you know what I mean? Like, I want you to feel what I'm feeling. I'm going to bring you into my shoes. You know, I want you, like, oh, this is how I felt when this was happening. Like, oh my God, I was excited. You know, like, oh, he was excited, right? So it kind of like really sinks the joke in, you know, it grounds it to something familiar.
One thing I see when I see minority to America, because minority is all relative, depends on where you're at. But minority comics in America, I think, seem to be a little bit more passionate and animated. You know, if you see a Mexican comic, a black comic, an Indian comic, a Chinese comic, they're going to be a little bit more expressive. But with that, and we've talked about this early in your career, was you still got to make sure to have the material to back it up. And I think you've done a really good job of showing them your passion, but also displaying your intellect. And I think that's a fun combination to come to where you're what?
There was the last show I did before this whole virus thing.
Fucking pandemic.
Yeah. I literally got to perform this Saturday right before that in Raymondville. And then I'm doing my set and this packed room. It was funny because somebody coughed and everybody panicked. But we got the show going and I'm doing my set and then I say the word predominantly. And then this joke this lady just kind of heckled me and she's like, what? I was like, predominantly, ma'am? I was like, you means the majority? Like, we're predominantly Hispanics? Like, we're the majority of us are Hispanics? Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot we're in Raymondville. Like, it was something simple like that, you know? It was like, and breaking it down. And going further into that, like, another guy called me out for saying avocado instead of aguacate. Because I was like, oh, we're from Mexico, and I love the Mexican roots, doing that kind of bit. And then I said, it's got avocado in it. And then he was like, avocado or aguacate? I thought you said you were Mexican. And I stopped what I was doing. First off, this dude challenged my Mexicanness. My Hispanic heritage was put up to judge, you know, like, what's going on? Where's your Mexican card, right? So I walked up closer to, yeah, it's a green card. I walked up closer to him. He was right here. And I did the whole, like, hey, bud. I said avocado so we wouldn't scare the 2 white people behind you. They're the only white people in here. And I wanted to make them feel home, right? So how about next time you stop thinking about just yourself, Mr. Selfish? You know, like, and then brought it up to people fucking loved it. White people were like,
this is coming from the guy who got mad at me because I was having problems saying Tecate.
No, you said Tecate. I'll take a Tecate. I was like,
yeah, dude, I wanted a Tecate. And how do you like it? How do you like it when someone challenges your brownness?
Exactly. But I know I can back it up.
I can't. I'm not even gonna. I can back it up, but it would require me just kind of dancing circles and just like.
Somebody compared it. I was recently watching and somebody compared it like using. Are you left-handed or right-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Right-handed, so it's kind of like using your left. Like you can't throw with it correctly because it's not your predominant hand. But if you get like daily practice at it, you'll get super smooth. You can write with it. I know when I broke my hand, I was able at first when I was writing with this hand, it was shit. But towards the end, it was actually getting pretty legible, even nicer than this hand, which is the one I normally used to write. So that's kind of like your Spanish side, because it's not completely gone. Right. It's just weak, and it's just kind of like hasn't been used in a while.
See, I'm missing that arm. when it comes to Spanish, I'm an amputee. And then I have a joke that responds, but we're not going to make that about me. I do have a joke responding to your fucking attitude, you fucking discriminative asshole.
Hilarious.
But no, so what is going on? You have a podcast now, don't you?
Mm-hmm. I got some horrible. Well, I had some technical difficulties, but now I got like a gangster ass computer. We're running things. This is the studio. We're in the Barba broadcast home headquarters in here. I like the little library theme, and it's awesome. Basically, it's gonna be a view like this. And just be talking about experiences from here. Hopefully I'll be able to get some in-studio guests like JJG is doing right now after this whole COVID thing. Or maybe I'll even do mobile, get me a little laptop and I can carry the majority of this stuff, dude, is super light, and I have a mobile studio set up quick. All I need is one outlet. What's the name of the podcast though? The Barba Broadcast.
Okay, that's what it was. I saw that you were doing it, but it was COVID. I was like, I want to be on your podcast. But, where are you going to air the Barba Broadcast?
Right now I just did Facebook. The first episode's out. I wouldn't recommend it. It's horrible. Anyway, I just kind of rushed it.
Here's what I say: if it's not a good, oh sorry, dude.
How dare you?
I was going to say. If it's not great, they can actually see the episode or witness the episode and be like, you know what?
Yeah,
I remember when.
Have your opinion of it.
Yeah, babies aren't good at swimming until they're old enough to swim. Your episode's in infantile stage.
I see it like that. Like I'm barely getting started, and a lot. Somebody told me, it's like, no, dude, fucking put work into it, have a nice, tight show, and I'm like, I don't work like that. Because I try to perfect it to the most point of it, and then I just basically end off putting it off and off and off. And I just like it as a natural chemistry. Like if I just start talking about conversation, kind of like what we're having right now. Mm-hmm. And I think it's better, especially if there's food. I don't want to do a food show because then you got to worry about the crunches and.
Yeah, well, there's an old saying: "Perfection is the enemy of progress." So if you're looking too much, go for it. But
I'm just gonna do it as I go along. I'll learn the mistakes of what to do, what not to do. I like the learning process. It's part of the process. A lot of people just try to speed it up and just go straight for it. No, dude, you gotta learn. It's a part of everything. Whether it's comedy, you learn. Period. So I like to start from the bottom and then go up my floors until I'm CEO.
So you started from the bottom, but now you're here?
No, yes. No, I'm still down here. Second floor.
All right.
Janitorial status. But I'll be up here.
All right.
Yeah. I like
and then comedically, what do you have on the horizon? I know it's a pandemic, but you got some big things going on.
Yes.
I don't, if you don't want to talk about that right now, we don't have to.
No, I got cleared by everybody, and let's go. We did the first part of the promotion today, as a matter of fact. So this will count as a promotion. No, I got hired by the local city of Edinburgh, Texas. Here in the Rio Grande Valley is going to have live concerts coming from their auditorium, their municipal auditorium. So it's going to be me. I'm going to be hosting it. Gonna have the people, the reps from the city, say what they gotta say, and then also they're gonna provide a free concert on Facebook Live. Yeah, it's going to be the Dirty Birdies. It's going to be the first episode. So, yeah, it's going to be the pilot. If you guys can watch it, it'd be great. If it gets picked up, then we're going to do it monthly. And we'll be able to basically shine a light on local artists that a lot of people don't hear from them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's hard to kind of get them on the radio, period, bro. Especially because the way they are right now. You can't just get locals to play on there. So how else are you going to get it out there and like let people know that you're musically talented or you're trying or you're passionate, whatever it may be? You know, so they kind of shine a light on it, and they're also shining a light on me, man. As a local comedian, I'm glad and I'm blessed and I'm thankful they gave me the opportunity, and we're going to keep doing it as much as they let us do it. The first episode is going to be on June 13th. It's going to be a Saturday at 7 o'clock. I'll get the little information out a little bit more as it comes along. And but just, yeah, add me on Facebook, Rudy Barba, RUDYBARBA. Or Edinburgh, follow the auditorium, the Edinburgh Municipal. I always get municipal is always a hard word for me.
No, we've been talking for an hour. Words are hard.
But it's been an hour?
It's been an hour.
Holy shit.
Oh, dude, I wasn't going to keep us to time restrictions. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to keep time restrictions, dude. You were going, you had some stories, and I was enjoying hearing them. Some people can talk for 5 minutes. You're a professional speaker. This is why I wanted to have you on the show. This is why Edinburgh's acquiring your services, and you all tune into that. Follow everything he does. It's Rudy Barba. And also on Instagram. Are you on Instagram?
I'm on Instagram. Basically, all social medias. I have it covered. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You can find a couple clips of me. I recommend the one that says Laredo on there. That was the better one. The other ones are just kind of shot from, that one's shot from the back row. But go enjoy it. The first episode of Barba Broadcast is on there as well. You get to see a little bit, you get to peek into what the Rio Grande Valley is and what I've experienced. And I talk a little about the Hano music influence in our culture and just kind of growing up and what it sounds like, what it feels like. You know, I try to describe every little bit of it. And yeah, go enjoy it. And I'll keep it coming. And I also have some more guests in their local, and hopefully they'll share a story of what it was like, their experience growing up here. Because we're fucking separated from everybody, bro. I didn't get like internet until maybe high school.
I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. Right now, I'm just using data. I'm just using data everywhere.
Yeah, I live a little bit better.
Oh, it's because you're
closer
fancy
to the city. Yeah, my Netflix doesn't buffer over here, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, now we just got to get you on some dark chocolate and wine, and you'll be completely joining your friends, the bougie vato.
The bougies.
So keep an eye on Rudy Barba. Dude, that was so much fun.
Oh, yeah, dude. I want to keep it going.
I kind of do, too, but I'm getting hungry.
Let's go eat.
Let's go eat some food. Yeah. No Turkish coffee. That stuff was like crack last time we did it.
Come on, one more time.
One more time, some Turkish coffee. But on behalf of myself and the comedian, the sandwich enthusiast, the wonderful human, and my friend Rudy Barba, until next time, y'all rock the day, rule the night.